Thalapathy Vijay's highly anticipated film, Jana Nayagan, is facing one problem after another. One day before its scheduled theatrical release, the film is now stuck in a major censor and legal controversy. What was supposed to be a grand January 9th release may now get postponed, causing massive losses to the makers. So, what went wrong? Jananayagan was planned to hit theatres on January 9th, 2026. However, the makers and the Central Board of Film Certification, or CBFC, landed in a serious disagreement, forcing the matter to reach the Madras High Court. The makers had hoped that the court would deliver its verdict by January 7th, giving them enough time to proceed with the release. But the judge has now reserved the judgment until January 9th. The day of the release itself. This delay alone makes the film's release almost impossible on the scheduled date. According to reports, the producers submitted Jana Nayagan for certification on December 18th using the fast-track process. The CBFC initially suggested 27 cuts, which the makers accepted and implemented as well. The revised version was resubmitted on December 24th. After reviewing the film, the board informed the makers on December 29 that the film would receive a UAE 16+ certificate. Everything seemed on track, but suddenly on January 5th, the producers were informed via email that the film would be reviewed again by another committee. Why was the film re-reviewed? The reason given was a complaint stating that certain scenes might hurt religious sentiments and that the Indian army was not portrayed appropriately. Shockingly, this complaint was reportedly filed by one of the committee members themselves. This move angered the makers, who then approached the Madras High Court. And in the court, Justice P.T. Asha, who is hearing the case, questioned the CBFC on why the film was sent for re-examination after the makers had already compiled with all suggested changes. The CBFC argued that if the chairperson is dissatisfied, the film can be sent for another review. They also stated that the new committee would include members from the previous panel and that there was no ill intention behind the delay. The producer's lawyer pointed out the most committee members supported certification and one individual opinion should not override the majority decision. The makers have invested nearly 500 crore rupees in the film. The release date was officially announced and advance bookings were already open worldwide, with strong collection reported. If the release is postponed, the losses could be huge, especially overseas. USA around 500 tickets, UK nearly 70,000 tickets, Malaysia close to 2 lakh tickets in these countries. Bookings can be transferred to a new date, meaning mass refunds and heavy losses for producers as well as the distributors. Now, the court's verdict is expected on the morning of January 9th. This confirms the morning shows will be cancelled, and even if the verdict favors, the makers obtaining the censor certificate may still take time, leading to further show cancellations. Because of this, it is now widely believed that Jananayagan's release will be postponed. For a film of this scale, every hour counts, with legal uncertainty, censor delays and massive financial stakes involved. Jananayagan is now caught in one of the biggest pre-release crises of recent time. I am Varsha Venugopal and you are watching KATV India. Thank you.